Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Cedric Kennedy, and before I click over to the other screen, I might have to start switching things up because I've realized where I am, what's going on, and how bad it really is. And it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with politicians. None of that. It has nothing to do with that. I thought it did. I thought it would have something to do with how journalists conduct their business, the grifting that they do. I'm not sure. I'm really in the middle here. So as I click over here, we're going to talk about Trump's reveal, the people's ordeal, and we will never heal. Okay? That's what we're talking about. And these are truths. Okay. I'm going to respond to a troll at the end of this. Yeah, people say don't respond to comments and all that other stuff, but sometimes you need to, you could, and it's not so bad. So Trump's reveal, yeah, okay, this whole thing is out. Trump knew what was going on back in early February. He knew probably at the midst of January. He already, it's United States intelligence. They already told him, and he said he wanted to downplay it because he liked to. He didn't want to cause a panic. You don't cause a panic as president. You cause leadership. You cause death prevention. That's the point. You take the reins and you guide the country the way you would like to be guided yourself. You want to be in the know. You want to be safe. You want to be healthy. You want to have money to provide for not just yourself but your family and so forth. You want that. You're not going to get that when you keep secrets, and then your whole point is just to make sure you can sell off stock shares and whatnot. All the politicians, they didn't fail. They did right by themselves, wrong by us. The people's ordeal, we're dying. That's what's happening. It's going to be 100. It's going to be over 200,000 before December. They keep trying to project it's going to be 190,000. No, it's going to be over 200,000. In the beginning, they said that it would be around 2.2 million people if this went the most horrific way possible. And when you come to people like Trump, his supporters, the Democrats, and some of their supporters, if not most of their supporters, then you get the people with no mask, no gloves, not taking safety precautions, calling it a hoax, making others feel dumb for being careful. You get that. But then we will never heal. Why? Because the people, us, this all rests on our shoulders. The last video I did, I was trying to see people, I want people to understand why I do what I do. If you have higher standards, if you have better standards, then fine. We get better if you implement those standards. But if you don't know to have those standards, then you don't know what to implement. You don't know what to go after. So if someone's lived in a mud hut all their lives, and then someone brings them to the big city where they would actually have those things that they kind of wish that they did have, then they say, no, I'm used to my mud hut. This is wrong. Even though I want this, this is just wrong. I'm not ready for this. You have to look at that person and say, what is wrong with you? You want this. You've always dreamt of this. Now you have it. You say the mud hut was the best thing to happen to you. That's where we are. I spoke about journalism and whatnot. People want to talk about journalism because they associate that with TYT. No, TYT has hired their own journalists, their private investigators, their things like that. That's where the $1.3 million went to hire those people. They made fundraisers for it. All right. TYT does, they have journalists, they do journalism. Yes, they do. But that's not how they started. And no one wanted to hear that. See, I'm not going on what you all think and what you all know today. I'm going on what I have known and what I have seen from back in the day. And I have seen the changes. All right? I've seen the changes. You got kids that'll never know what an 8-track is. They'll never know what a 90-minute cassette tape is. They'll never know what side A and B is on a cassette tape. They won't know that stuff. They won't know CD. They won't know the HD CD, the DVD. They won't know beta, VHS. They won't know any of that stuff, Betamax. They won't know any of that. They'll just say, well, just download it. Can't just download it? Everyone just downloads it. That's all everyone's ever done. I know I'm raising a 10-year-old that thinks that. And like, no, there's so much that came before you. So much. You know, people have wireless, but no one will notice. The young people, just like everything is wireless. That's all we've ever known. Where you got older people, it's like, no, wires. Some people still use wires. See these wires? Well, yeah, that's what you need, but why don't you go wireless? And they'll think that you look dumb for using wires when everything else is wireless. It's like, some things can't be wireless. You can't be wireless when it comes to the outlet to the computer. They'll be like, why not? And you look at them like they're crazy, but then they're thinking you're crazy. We can't heal because we can't get over ourselves, our ego. We can't get over yesterday and move forward in the future. We have to have yesterday as much as possible. So listen, that's why things are the way they are, because we won't change. And we rather cheerlead instead of lead. And I'm trying to lead, and I don't want to be the only leader. Anyone that's trying to push towards a forward-thinking future, anyone that's actually trying to do that, you're a leader. By some facsimile thereof, you are a leader in one, you are. Do what you can to help your fellow person. That's what I would like. So I'm going to respond to this troll because I know they're a troll. And this all stems from Twitter. And they listened to my last one, which is reporting the news versus solutions. And it's pretty lame. I'm like, why? Because they said pretty lame because it was, it goes against them. They aren't happy with it. I didn't give a glowing review, so it's lame. That's the mark of a troll. The mark of a troll is they have to insult or say something inflammatory without responding. And they haven't responded in 2 days. That's a troll. So they're meaningless. But since this person is meaningless, I'm not responding to this person. I'm responding what this person had to say so that others can understand where I'm coming from if they care to listen. That's why I say thank you for listening, for those that listen. So he says they are reporters. They say it how they see it. You're just here to bash TYT? Why don't you do some real journalism? They've been around for a long time. All right, before I get to the next section, they say it how they see it. Of course. Wouldn't anybody? Don't state the obvious. That's just dumb. Don't state that level of obvious. They just hear, yeah. And then you're just here to bash TYT. Take notice, this person didn't bring up anybody else that I mentioned. Nobody else, just TYT. So this person has already admitted they don't know anything. They know nothing and they're a cheerleader. They're a cheerleader and a troll. That's why this person is meaningless. I don't care what happens to this person because this person has bad intentions. This person is harmful. I don't care if this person gets COVID and fall over. It don't matter because they are offering nothing of a solution, nothing positive. They just want to cheerlead and score brownie points and give a downvote like that's going to help, like it's going to mean something. And no one's going to like what I just said. But I get tired of people who are harmful getting a free pass and no one's saying anything about it. That mess is aggravating. You've got Republicans that's killed over 187,000 people and Democrats, and their supporters who've done the same, but nobody says anything. You just blame Trump. You don't blame those that go out without a mask. You don't blame those that just cough on things so much. Yeah, you're glad to go to prison, but then who have they infected? Why are they not getting the death penalty? You see what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. And why don't you do some real journalism? Okay, what was fake journalism? I mean, do TYT deep dive? No, they don't. No one deep dives. Journalists deep dive. That's why I'm always on TYT about why don't you offer some solutions? Because they're not actual journalists go out and get the information. They research it, they deep dive, they interview. Journalists do that. TYT investigates. They do that. That's journalism. You can be a journalist, but that don't mean you're doing journalism. And to say real journalism is to really just downplay my channel. All right? Everyone, in a sense, does journalism to some degree when they're trying to figure out what's going on, why it's going on, who's to blame. But instead of that, we need some solutions with that. Not opposed to that, with that. All right? They've been around for a long time. Okay, so have I. I've been around longer than them. That means nothing to me. You know, that means nothing to me. We've been around for a while. Yeah. You know, hey, it happens. People live, you know, for a long time. Who are you to tell them how to grow their channel? Who am I? I am Cedric Kennedy, host of Comparative Reasoning, hosted and play-by-play commentary for CR Fire Pro and CR Fire Pro Road big events. You know, Pain and Agony Wrestling big events. That's my wrestling gaming channel. You know, who am I? I am that guy that looks out for the people, for you, best way I can. I want people to have solutions. I want solutions to be obtained. I want better lives to be gained. That's who I am. I am that guy you won't listen to because it breaks your head to know that somebody gives a damn about you and just don't want your damn money. That's who I am. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I like. I know what I dislike. Therefore, who am I to tell them how to do their channel? The guy that's actually offering something for the people to chomp on instead of just simply to be mad at and give money to. That's who I am. It's great to be informed, but just like Donald Trump was informed, as I said earlier, to actually piggyback on what I said earlier, Donald Trump was informed, but what did he do about it? Nothing. Therefore, you get what you got. Over almost 180, actually almost 190,000 people dead when it could have been so much less. You have that number, whatever the death to number is of COVID and COVID related, multiply that by 6 and or 10, and that's how many people are affected immediately and most powerful by each of those deaths. That's how much of the country is in mourning. That's how many families are in mourning, in grief for a very long time. And that's not just that, but then you got police-related shootings, murders, and whatnot from the right wing, the far right. So, yes, I can tell them how to do their channel when their channel has the power to help save lives, and they don't do it. When they use it just to make money. And we give you the truth, you know, so much as our corporate overlords will let you know, because Google pays them to shut up about Google and YouTube. That's why they don't talk about it. You want solutions? Listen to who you want and figure out what's right for you. Nobody really offers solutions. You would know that if you take your head out of TYT's ass just for a little bit. Clear the ears of the shit in them and listen. That is who, I mean, come on now. Yeah, you want solutions. You know, he says you want solutions. Yes, I want solutions. Don't you? Literally, you people listening, don't you want solutions to the problems that's harming everything out there? And then he ends with the whole, you're just angry. At least this guy used the proper you're, not your and he used the right contraction. Good. But at the end of all that, you're just angry. The angry black man will always sound angry. Here's the question, why aren't you angry? And the reason you're not angry, and this is not just to this person here, no, this is to anyone else that has a problem that said that what I had to say was scary. The fact that I'm only bashing TYT, you know, and all this other stuff. The reason they're not angry because they're obviously middle class, or their skin complexion allows them to not go through the struggles anyone else go through. And any of their little struggles is, it's oh my freedom, when they don't know what freedom is. They don't know what oppression is. They see the cops harming people and they don't understand really what it is. All they are is, it's nonviolent, don't hurt them. That's all they got. They don't understand why that is the way it is. Because Black Lives Matter can get beat down and shot down. But then one thing worse than someone that isn't Black Lives Matter is somebody that supports Black Lives Matter. That's why the police are now cracking down on these white protesters. Because the middle class is not affected by this. That's the other problem. So you keep that in mind. Because if someone is not angry at what's happening in this country of the United States, if a U.S. inhabitant isn't angry with the over 150, I'm just going to be bottom barrel least blank right here, the 150,000 deaths that could have been prevented easily. If they're not angry with the cops murdering people that are unarmed and harmless, innocuous, if these people are not upset with companies raising their prices for drugs, taking advantage of people that have COVID and need to get cured or healed because there's no treatment and there's no money in the cure. If they're not angry at all of this, if they're not angry at the fact that you can report on what these politicians are doing and yet no one's trying to stop it, if you're not angry over that, then your life is too cushiony to even fucking talk to me. It's that simple. Don't talk to me. Don't address me. If your life is that cushiony, you don't have an opinion. Your opinion shouldn't even matter because that is too comfortable of a life for you to even act like you're up in arms and trying to play down somebody else. That is the problem. And that kind of mindset of what I'm responding to ain't just this jackwad. It's like that. It was all over Twitter. They was raging at me and I welcome it. Why? Because it let me know exactly what the fuck I'm dealing with. A bunch of feckless mental assholes. They have nothing going on other than, oh my gosh, I want to get my nails done. Or, did the hedges get trimmed today? How's the HMO going? How's my 401k this month? That's all they care about. And if they have less than that and more than the people getting beat down in the streets or got nothing being trapped in home because they don't want to go out and die, they need to shut up or they need to have their ears open up. Do one of them. But if all you want to do is defend TYT from what I'm saying, go fuck yourself. And let me walk something back. Let me make an apology because I messed up that last one. I mentioned Benjamin Dixon in that about the people on the journalist stuff and all this other stuff and not offering solutions. I apologize for that. No, Benjamin Dixon isn't offering solutions. No. But see, I have to apologize because I mischaracterized because he came out recently and said that he ain't about solutions. He don't know how to give solutions. He don't know what solutions would be. He's just basically someone that wants to stir the pot and report what's going on. And I respect that. He'll never hear this because I'm below his radar. But still, I will say personally, Benjamin Dixon, I'm sorry. My bad. I can't take it back because what's said is said, but I regret that I said it. It's that simple. Anyone else got the ability to do that when they've said or thought something wrong about somebody? If so, and you do it, you're pretty strong. Because that's what makes a person strong. I'm gonna probably burn these burgers. Anyway, Cedric Kennedy, comparative reasoning. If you have, if you did, if you do, if you will, thank you for listening.